What up? I've been on the road all weekend giving you the question of the day, but now I'm back in the office and here you go. How do you feel about confrontation? When was a time that you confronted somebody and what happened? Okay, so let's talk about confrontation. I know most of us don't like it, but sometimes it's about thinking about not just what you say, but how you say it. It's how you package your words, right? We can be extremely defensive, or we can have an open conversation. We can have open communication. But it's not just what we say, but how we say it. And so I want to talk about confrontation, and I want to talk about how you feel about it. So comment below and let's talk about this, and let's have a judgment-free conversation, and let's support one another, because this channel is all about people uniting instead of untying. So think about confrontation, right? It's got this negative connotation to it, and we just can't stick our head in the sand. It just doesn't work that way. And sometimes we feel the need to talk to somebody about something, about how we feel. So I want to hear from you. So comment below. So this question for me came about because of a situation that I was in yesterday, and my husband and I were traveling, and we stopped to get gas, and there was a farmer stand there. And so I was like around looking at veggies, and this gentleman came back, and he said, you know, he was like, he was talking to the farmer, and he said, I only brought 2 bags with me this time instead of 3. I left my wife at home. And the man and the male farmer started to laugh, and they were, you know, just kind of laughing. And they looked at me, the man looked at me, and he said, "Oh, you don't think that's funny?" And I said, "No, I don't." And I said, I find it interesting that you were like demeaning to your wife. And so, you know, the conversation just kind of ended, and he went looking and I kept looking. And I was still looking around, and then my husband came over to meet me. He finished paying for gas, and he came over, and I don't know, I debated about doing it, and there was just something inside of me that I just did it, and I kind of went in calmly, and I asked Chad, I said, "Hey, come over with me for a second." So we went over to the man that made the joke, and I said, "Hey," I said, "what's your name?" And he told me his name, and I said, "Hi, I'm Nikki." I said, "Hey," once again, his name, and I said, "This is my husband, Chad," and we all smiled, and we all greeted each other, right? Nothing was anonymous, nothing was defensive, everything was just on the up and up. And I said, "Hey," and I used his name, and I said, "Hey, I just wanted to introduce you to my husband, because he loves me, and he doesn't talk negatively about me, you know, even when we're not together." And the male farmer kind of chimed in. The guy didn't really say anything, and then the male farmer chimed in and said, he was just joking. And I said, "I understand that he was joking, but I just don't find women something to joke about." And so it was a personal issue it was very personal for me. And my goal was I didn't get defensive, I wasn't angry, I just kind of was making a comment. And nothing happened after that. Chad and I walked to the car and we went on. But I couldn't help but think about that, why is it okay to make fun of a woman? Or why is it okay for 2 men to agree with each other about making fun of a woman? And so it was something that was really passionate for me, and I felt I wanted to confront this person, but I wanted to confront him in a positive way, and not in a defensive way, not in an attacking way, just more of a matter-of-fact kind of way. And, you know, I don't know the full story. I don't know if, you know, he talked to his wife and said, "Hey, this is what I'm gonna demean you in public." Like, I don't know. I'm fully aware that I don't know his side of the story. But what I do know is that how he was talking about his wife in front of another woman, like that was okay. And so I just found it kind of demoralizing and a little demeaning, and I felt the need to confront it. And so it's not my favorite thing in the world, but when I see that, I just kind of want to say it. And so that's my story, and that's how this question came about. So now I want to hear from you. Comment below. Let's talk about this confrontation. Let's talk about how we feel about it, what we do about it, what we don't do about it, because this is all about coming together and supporting one another. And while you're here, subscribe. Come hang out with us. This is kind of a cool place to be. And invite a friend, because the more people that are part of this conversation, the sooner we can change the world. Thanks.